In the name of Allah, most gracious, most compassionate. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are fine. Dear students, welcome to Pakistan International School Doha Qatar free learning program. Dear students, this is week 9 of distance learning and lecture number 4 from lesson industry, and I am your teacher Mrs. Rabia Imtiaz Sohail. Kindly keep pen in your hand to note down the important points while watching video, because you will have to answer questions at the end. If you find anything difficult, feel free to ask. Dear students, the topic for today's lesson is natural gas. Learning objectives. My dear students, at the end of the lesson you will be able to tell about importance of natural gas in Pakistan's economy, main sources of gas supply in Pakistan, importance of transport for carrying goods. How is natural gas formed? My dear students, now we are going to study about formation of natural gas. As we have already discussed about oil, natural gas was also created by rotting vegetation deep underground. Often the two are found together, but unfortunately not in Pakistan, which has very large reserves of natural gas, but very little oil at the moment. How natural gas is transported. Natural gas is transported from the gas reserves to the refinery, where the impurities are removed, and it emerges as butane or propane, the byproducts of the refining, such as plastics, but not as many with oil. It is piped from the main sources, especially Suai and Balochistan, to all the major towns and cities of the country. Uses of natural gas. Gas is a very flexible fuel and can be easily transported. It is a cheap and convenient domestic fuel for cooking and heating. Its advantage as a fuel for transport is that it is clean, does not emit fumes into the atmosphere. Natural gas, as well as being a highly suitable fuel, is also a source of raw materials. In the refining processes, fertilizers and plastics can be produced. Transport. Now my dear students, as you already know, transport is a part of tertiary industry, but we will discuss it here as essential for the movement of oil and industrial products. Sending ships by sea, especially large ones, is the cheapest way of getting them from one side of the world to other. It is essential for the movement of oil, industrial and agricultural products. Types of ships. The main types of ship are: 1. For long-distance voyages are oil tankers, bulk ore carriers, container ships. 2. Smaller ships carry mixed loads over shorter distances. Tankers. Tankers are huge floating tanks powered by engines and are usually used in the oil industry. They are huge, can be 450 meters long and 68 meters wide, and weigh up to 500,000 tons. Tankers can travel at 25 kilometers per hour and take over 5 kilometers to slow down to a stop. One tanker can carry 300,000 tons of oil. Workers use scooters to move from one end to the other. The tanker is not just one huge tank, but a series of separate ones, due to which it limits damage in case of accidents such as hitting a rock or another ship, when only the affected tanks will leak. Container ships. Container ships are floating warehouses and 400 meters long. They are designed to carry goods already packed in huge metal boxes, 6 to 12 meters long and 2.5 meters wide and 2.5 meters in height. Advantages and disadvantages of a container ship. Advantages. Goods are packed in containers at the factory and locked. This prevents stealing, which used to be very common. As the containers are all gigantic boxes of the same size and shape, they can be packed together much more closely than loose goods. On arrival at the port of destination, the containers can be unloaded by special cranes very quickly and sent on trucks or by rail directly to their destination, again avoiding pilfering. Goods in containers are much less likely to suffer damage because they are packed at the place of origin by men who know how to do this job in the best way, protecting them from breakage, and getting the maximum amount of goods into each box. As the containers are made of metal, they can be left outside without any fear of the goods inside becoming damaged by rain, etc. Disadvantages: docks have to be equipped with specialist equipment for handling the containers, and container ships can face problems when the ports do not have adequate facilities for berthing, cargo handling, cranes, loading/unloading, on-land transportation, and stack height limitations. Another equally serious problem is of carrying vulnerable dock cargo, and of being lost at sea in bad weather, causing losses worth millions. A smaller and perhaps valuable item has either to be packed into someone else's container, or leave a lot of wasted space in its own container. Although containers are large, some items, especially machinery, will not fit in them. 2.5 meters width is not very big to transport machinery. Bulk carriers. Goods such as coal, metal ores, and grain are not suitable for containers, and these are carried in bulk carriers. These are up to 350 meters long, with the engines and living quarters at the rear, with the rest of the ship a huge open space for the cargo. They can hold 250,000 tons of goods. Refrigerated ships. Refrigerated ships carry meat and other perishable goods about the world. Roll-on roll-off ships. Roll-on roll-off ships carry cars and other vehicles, which are driven under their own power into the vast holds of these ships. Homework. Please go through the video lecture once again. Read PG. Number 5052 thoroughly. Check info box and pictures given in these pages carefully. Complete the given worksheet properly. Answer the given questions in your copy. This was all about today's lecture. If you have any question, ask your subject teacher. Thank you for being attentive. See you all in our next session. Take care and Allah Hafiz.